Hey, what's up, everyone? If you guys could hear me, if you guys could see me too when it comes to this podcast. And shout out to all the people who are in the chat too. So, what's up, Karen? Good to see you. Let me see if I could put up your comment. Yeah, it's really good to see you, especially for anyone who's just jumping in live and watching this, on a replay too when it comes to with that. And I should really just introduce myself when it comes to who I am. And you're probably wondering, like, who's this guy when it comes to that? But my name is James Harris. I'm an intimacy, personal growth, and wellness coach who's neurodivergent. I've been a content creator for quite some time, for a few years so far, or should I say for quite some time too. Just really not putting myself out there as much, and just really be on the low about it too when it comes to with that. But it's good to see all you guys too when it comes to with this podcast, and especially when it comes to the Tantric Lounge After Hours podcast too. So when it comes to for those who love to be on the spiritual path, or should I say, who love to really just to go on your own spiritual journey and to really just embody who they are when it comes to as a person, as a health conscious adult, and who are neurodivergent friendly, those sorts of things too when it comes to it that even if they are just feeling messy or feeling great, or that floats your boat, whatever that's showing up for you too when it comes to with that. And this space is for you guys to connect, to learn, to share, to teach each other some new stuff when it comes to with that. So, but yeah, it's good to see you, Karen. I hope everything is well with you. I haven't seen you in a while, or a long time actually, and I hope you're doing good too. And when it comes to with answering your question as well, when it comes to with that, it's uh, it's been a journey when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with just just sharing that. I'll get to that in a bit too, but I just really want to give a shout out to all the people who are watching this live and watch the replay too. So when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with just doing that, I've been really going on a really quite a journey too when it comes to it. That this year has been somewhat challenging, but also really uh, what's the word for it too? Liberating when it comes to it. That so yeah, I'll just put it out there too. Really liberating, when it comes to it. That yeah, been for a long time. Yeah, it's just thank you for sharing that, Karen. It's just like during COVID, everybody was live streaming, including myself, and my channel grew a lot when it comes to with that, and it's been amazing just collabing with a lot of people over that time, and with you, Karen, and with Debbie, and with other people too when it comes to with that. And shout out to all the people that I just mentioned as well when it comes to with that, and especially in that kind of degree too when it comes to it. That you guys are all amazing people, and I hope you guys are doing well too. For anyone who's watching this, it's been a long time indeed. You great. Did you know I have a grandson named James? Oh, you have a grandson named James? Yo, shout out to him. That's awesome. I'm glad that he's a love bug too. That's awesome. So, and thank you for saying that too when it comes to just with your comment. And honestly, I do my best to take care of myself. And people say I look younger than my age, even though I'm 38 and still, aging too when it comes to it. That that's saying I'm putting my age down or anything like that. It's just, you know, I think like one of someone I really know closely said that 38 is like a really difficult year for them too. I mean, I could be totally different for different people when it comes to with that, but it's just, this year and especially 2026 has been rough for me too. And I'm not trying to play victim or anything like that. I just really want to just really share that, and especially for anyone who's just on a similar journey when it comes to just really noticing things too. And just by, since we're talking about it too, when it comes to it, that I'm trying to put it in words. So forgive me for just really gathering myself too. Um, oh, okay, cool. So James is your daughter's son. Okay, cool. That's cool. Nice, Karen. That's awesome. And when it comes to what that, and that's really cool. So it's just like, it's just, I know that when it comes to with me being neurodivergent, and I really just been more expressive and just saying that lately too, and especially like on social media too. And it's just, it's something that I've never like thought of before until like recently when it comes to just rediscovering myself too when it comes not rediscovering well, yeah, rediscovering. I'll just put it in that words too when it comes to it that, and just really embracing who I am too when it comes to with that, and also too when it comes to with turning 38 and still figuring out my stuff, and when it comes to my purpose and everything else too that happened to me over the last couple of years. It's just like, it's just, it makes you think when it comes to with that. He's speech delayed. Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I totally get that, Karen. And especially being neurodivergent. It's a beautiful gift when it comes to with that. And there's nothing wrong being neurodivergent. I mean, with me, I had like Asperger's syndrome and really just being diagnosed from that as an early age when I was probably like between 4 and 6, just from what my mom told me. God bless her soul. And it's just when it comes to with this kind of work, when it comes to with just doing that inner healing, when it comes to with who you are as a person, especially as a health conscious person as well, it's not for the faint of heart, and it's not easy. And especially this year too, it's been like a lot of lessons for me too when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with certain connections with other people too, and especially the ones that I've made friendships with, or I've dated, or this and that. And it's just, it's nothing against those people that I've made friendships over the years and people who I've dated in the past as well and recently, or just saying that as an example. But and it's just like, just by saying that, especially when I was seeing someone just recently, not too long ago, and just really sitting with that too, and just when it comes to with that, and it's especially as a neurodivergent kind of man, and especially when it comes to with rediscovering myself, but also noticing things too with who I am too when it comes to with that. And I just really want to share this for anyone out there too who's listening, and especially for anyone who's really just like, figuring themselves out and really just noticing that too, and just really just asking yourself and really just doing this too, whatever that feels comfortable for you when it comes to with just like saying like, hey, like just really noticing that if like certain things that you're doing when it comes to with like if you feel kind of overwhelmed with your nervous system to where it makes you do things that can really just be like unhealthy when it comes to it, and just really noticing that too from a healthy space. And just by using myself as an example, I really kind of noticed that too when it comes to if I notice that I tend to shut down if I'm really feeling intense with my nervous system, and I've just really shut every people off. Like I just don't want nothing to do with anybody for even for a long period of time, and just really recognizing that within myself and just saying, hey, like this is not the healthiest way to do things when it comes to it. And especially if someone wants to try to connect with you know with you, or trying to you know form a connection, even if it's like some other stuff too that you notice that is sort of like a red flag when it comes to it that. And it's just really good to really just recognize that, especially as a neurodivergent person, and to really just not only to really just to hold yourself accountable when it comes to just if you've done some stuff that's unhealthy that really just caused some harm towards other people, that's unintentional or intentional as well, but also to really just discern, to really just noticing those unhealthy patterns from other people that you're trying to connect as well. And hopefully that makes sense to anyone who's really just watching this live and watching the replay. And Karen said, self-esteem is very important. It's easy to, yeah, it is. And especially, as a neurodivergent person too, when it comes to what that. And it's just, when you feel less than, and especially if you're going through certain things and if you feel like you ever feel like you try to really just get to know someone and you try to want to be there for them and you want to try to figure stuff out, and then you feel like if someone else says that's not an answer or this and that, it makes you feel like it's never enough. It can really just make you feel a certain way with your nervous system. It can make you really kind of like bring your confidence down, which is kind of like not an easy place to be when it comes to with that. And it's just when it comes to with that, and especially for could be with anything too. When it comes to with that, it's just really rough to deal with that. And I'm not trying to make excuses when it comes to like for my own behavior. I mean, I know I've done some stuff that's unhealthy, and I've really just learning to really just shift that around and really just recognizing it. And it's just like when it comes to it that at the same time it's really good to really just notice those unhealthy patterns from with yourself and other people if they tell you that that's not an answer, or if it's that's not enough, when it comes to it that, or if just like with anything too, when it comes to it that. And that's something that I've learned too when it comes to over the past few months, and especially this year when it comes to 2026. And it's just nothing against the people that I was just I connected with recently too when it comes to it that, and the person that I was really seeing as well. Shout out to her. I hope she's doing well, and especially if she's watching this too. I hope you're doing well and all that too when it comes to with this podcast. And it's just like you know just really just going on that journey and really just like not to figure everything out at once, just really doing that kind of like ongoing kind of like process of really just discovering yourself and really just repairing, and to really just to doing that inner reflecting and healing when it comes to with who you are as a person, and just really inner reflecting. I'll just leave it at that. And it's just beautiful how that the human spirit can really just do that, and especially within our nervous systems as well. And hopefully that makes sense to to all you guys who are watching this live and watching a replay too when it comes to with that. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. And just to, elaborate too, and I have I don't know everything, so it's kind of like I always like to learn from other people who are older than me, who have more knowledge and perspective or experience when it comes to with that. And especially when it comes to with this space too, and especially for anyone who's just, who's a content creator, who's a coach, who's a spiritual kind of coach and wellness coach, and in that kind of field too, to really just share their expertise and really just be there for people. And I really want to do that too when it comes to with this space, and especially for you, Karen, and for anyone else who's just watching this live and watching a replay too. So I appreciate that though when it comes to with what you're sharing too, Karen. And you're really knowledgeable too. And I just remember that you and Debbie and other people just sharing their spiritual perspectives and everything else. It's really insightful too when it comes to it that. And it's beautiful that you do that. And especially doing that your own way too when it comes to who you are as a person and in your own spiritual journey and all that too when it comes to with that. And especially when it comes to just doing that too. Sometimes people tend to, they just say some stuff too when it comes to with that. And sometimes we probably want to look at them like this.
Shut your bitch ass up.
So it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things too when it comes to with that. Or sometimes too, like if certain people on this like on social media, they tend to like, oh, what's this guy's talking about? They might look at us like this.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
I don't know. I mean, I would like to come out of a comic book. I don't want to be a villain though. Shit. So when it comes to it, that it's one of those things. Who knows? Maybe I am from a comic book or something. It's just you know, I don't know. It's I tend to as as a coach to intimacy and personal growth and wellness coach, because with my certifications, it kind of all fits in those three categories. And that's kind of like when it comes to who I am. I just want to be a really reflective and open-minded kind of person, and especially learning new things from other people, and to really just share too when it comes to it, not to tell people what to do and all that, if that makes sense. Yeah, I totally get that. Laughter is beautiful medicine too when it comes to with that. And sometimes too, laughter is a good way to really to support your nervous system, your energy, your body when it comes to with that facial structure, all that stuff too. When it comes to with that too. So it's kind of like even just reflecting off the unhealthy energy like this.
You mad, bro?
Yeah, it just when it comes to with that, or just sometimes when you're pissed off and things kind of like make like even the silliest stuff people do, it's kind of like you want to look at people like this.
Break my foot off in your ass.
Yeah, it's like you want to break your foot off in someone's ass or something too when it comes to with that, and I don't blame you. It's just I want to too, but that's not going to be the most healthiest way to do things, you know what I mean? So yeah, I totally get that. uh, I mean, I try my best. Sometimes to be honest with you, I've been feeling really sluggish lately. Not like I think maybe it's because of the heat too. When it comes to it, that the heat makes you sluggish, especially in Southern California. It's like, ugh, like when's it gonna? I know I love summer and all that, but damn, like what? Like, it's like shit. I'm still sweating, and it's at night too. It's like right now in my um county that I'm in, it's like 92 degrees out here. It's crazy stuff. I wish it was like 70 or 60. That'd be feeling a whole lot better, but I'm still like sweating a little bit. It's like I'm living in a sauna or something. I don't know. It's just crazy stuff right here. It's crazy work. It's crazy work. I'll tell you that. And it's just when it comes to with that, and really just sharing that too, when it comes to for anyone who's just watching this too, it's just like, man, it feels like living in certain. Oh, this is just me explaining this too. Living in Southern California, it feels like I'm living in the oven sometimes, especially in the summer. It's like, oh, ugh, you know. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way too in your areas too, wherever you live in the U.S. or different parts of the world too. You're more than welcome to share. I mean, yeah, I could be totally wrong about that too. Yeah, I totally get that. Heat is a bitch. I'll tell you that. The heat is a bitch. No offense to just saying that to all the women out there who are listening. I'm just saying it as a figure of speech when it comes to it that. But you're probably looking at me like this, like so. It's like I don't know. It's one of those things too with the heat. It's just it's crazy. My daughter went to States. Yeah, I'm about a few hours away from San Diego. So when it comes to with that, yeah, San Diego's a beautiful place. I was actually gonna go there pretty soon too. My friend of mine is hosting a Tantra event too, which is sounds really cool to be honest with you. Just really thinking that because when it comes to like with Tantra, it's not like mostly about sexuality. It's all about embodied integration when it comes to with your own journey too with life when it comes to it that. And it's just when it comes to it that anybody can practice tantra to embody those tantra practices of not just like breath work and and all that, but also just like who you are as a person. It's really cool. How did you come up? Oh, I use clips when it comes to it that. So I have like I'm using the streaming service, and I use clips when it comes to it that. So I'll show you an example of that too when it comes to it that.
You know you don't fucked up, right?
Yeah, when it comes to it that. So I'm using a clip when it comes to with the just with the streaming service. I'm using Restream. I used to use StreamYard, but I'm decided to switch to Restream because I can use two cameras, and I have my 4K camera too if I'm gonna just share my oracle cards too if someone wants like a reading or something. So when it comes to it, that so I'm glad I can make you laugh too when it comes to it that, and especially when it comes to just doing podcasts too. Like, I used to, just sit like for a long period of time just doing a podcast, but especially now in the summer, I don't want to just sit there for like a long period of time because my ass gets sweaty too. Pause, just saying that. When it comes to it, that it's just like, what the hell? Like, I don't want to sit still for a long period of time. My body wants to move and do things too when it comes to it, that. And just doing all, you know, when it comes to it, that. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to, but just, movement. But I digress when it comes to it, that. Uh, but it's just like I'm glad that you're doing good, Karen. And are you still doing your channel as well when it comes to doing collaborations, or are you just doing your own thing? If you don't mind me asking that too, when it comes to in the chat, if you want to share too, no pressure. Oh, totally. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool. I gotta check out other people's podcasts too. I tend to just mind my own business, but I know like, other people do their own thing as well. Oh, okay, cool, cool. So you're just laying low too when it comes to it's just building your YouTube channel, which I totally get that. It's just YouTube takes like a dedication when it comes to it that, like for me, for example, I'm dedicated to a degree. Like it's just like I love to do things in real life a lot more, and I love doing podcasting as well. So it's like 50-50 for me. I could go on a podcast, just for a period of time, then I wanted to say, hey, let's go outside and ground and connect with the earth. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I remember that too. Like when it comes to just moderating so many since COVID. Yeah, I totally get that. I remember that too. Just really seeing that sometimes as well. Definitely, definitely. I totally get that. And it's just, yeah, I totally get that if you just want to do your own thing, which, to be honest with you, it's after COVID was like, over too. It's just like a lot of people went back to doing their thing like it was 2019 or something. And I don't blame them. People want to live their lives, especially when it comes to with, you know, yeah, Sharon Sife. She's like the ultimate moderator. Shout out to her. I hope she's doing well too when it comes to with that. And it's just, I know like moderation is like a job itself. So it's just, when it comes to with that, it's just good to, it's, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Sharon Sipe is the ultimate mod. Shout out to her when it comes to with that. So it's beautiful and powerful stuff too when it comes to with that, what she's doing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's freaking hot. Oh my God. When it comes to with that. So, oh no, I hope she's feeling better. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. Oh man, I hope she's feeling better when it comes to it. Gotta reach out to her too, because I know that she used to, moderate my channel too when it comes to it. And even the times that I went MIA for a bit too, I know that she's moderated for other people's channels. So yeah, I'm glad that she's getting better. Prayers to Sharon Sipe as well when it comes to that. And if you're listening to Sharon, hope you're feeling better as well when it comes to just listening to this podcast. Yeah, that's just wow. It's a bummer. Oh, also too, just as an announcement too, I've been really posting a lot on my Patreon page too for people who really want to see some exclusive content when it comes to with what I do as a coach and everything else. And it's just really cool stuff too when it comes to with that. If you guys haven't checked out my Patreon page, you can really just subscribe for free when it comes to with that. It's just it's a little something that you guys could just like look at too when it comes to with that. And it's just want to build a content catalog for people to really just learn from, to enjoy, and all the above when it comes to with that. And also too when it comes to just doing regular podcasts and just I'm going to be doing that a lot more soon. I just got to get the energy to really just doing that. And just like sometimes it's just when it comes to just saying, hey, let's just do a podcast and connect with people, connect with your audience, this and that. I'm really gonna find ways to do that a lot more too when it comes to with that. Oh, what about me? Good question. You know, that's a good question there, Karen, and thank you for asking that too, and especially for anyone who's curious too, and just really reflecting on certain things, learning how to be a more better, ugh, how to be a more healthier communicator, and to really just reflect on things and to create healthier boundaries when it comes to with that, and also to just really take care of myself physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually, this and that. So that's I know that's a lot of information just by sharing that and just like wondering like, okay, let's get on with it. Like, but it's just when it comes to what that, just like all honesty too, I'm just really doing my best to really just being healthier and more reflective person when it comes to with who I am as a person, and just really doing that too when it comes to just by learning from my mistakes. If I done something that was harmful towards someone, I just really want to reflect and to really just learn from it, to really just be a healthier and wiser and stronger person, so I won't repeat that when it comes to that. And also to really just to create more healthier boundaries within myself too. And I just really noticed in that as well when it comes to with just what I've noticed from me. I let things slide from certain people that do some weird shit with me too. When it comes to with that, I'm not gonna put any kind of details at it, but I'm just gonna really just explain and really just saying that when it comes to just like creating healthier boundaries, I'm really learning how to do that a lot more too when it comes to with that, and embracing who I am too when it comes to with my health conscious kinkster self, or health conscious hipster, not hipster, health conscious hippie, or just like a health conscious nerd when it comes to that. Just like those kind of like phrases that came into mind when I was just journaling, doing some audio journaling, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, a health conscious this and health conscious that. That sounds cool, when it comes to it, that really embracing who I am when it comes to it, just after I turned 38 this year too, when it comes to it, that it's like, huh. And also too, just really like recognizing, like, especially within my friend circle, like one of my closest friends got married earlier this year, and I'm really happy for him too and his wife. And it's just like, wow, like someone I knew from middle school just got married, and I was his best man. It was really an awesome experience, and I never forget that. Tim, if you're watching this, my brother, shout out to you, man. When it comes to it, that if you ever want to reach out to me, just you know where to call me or text me or something. And it's just when it comes to it, that it's really powerful stuff too when it comes to it, that, and especially with other people too that I've connected with and who I was seeing as well. And it's a beautiful experience and a learning lesson too when it comes to it, that, and I don't regret it when it comes to with just with this connection when it comes to with this person. But it's just like other stuff that I need to just really recognize and not to let that repeat towards me when it comes to with the unhealthy patterns, but also when it comes to my part, just really reflect and to really just healing certain parts of me that really just needs to be addressed when it comes to just me shutting down and just cutting people off, and just really work on just communicating better and to really just be more of a healthier communicator when it comes to it, that, if that makes sense. That's so good. You are so kind. You're so always loving to you. Yeah, of course. And it's just, I'm not trying to put up a front or anything like that. It's just who I am. I was raised like this, and I was kind of born like this, when it comes to it, that just, my personality and all that. And I don't do it just because I'm trying to gain something. It's just who I am as a person. And you know this too, Karen, from the times that we collaborated, and, just and all that. But I appreciate it too, just really hearing that from you and from anyone too who's listening and watching this live and watching a replay as well when it comes to with this podcast too. But thank you for saying that again. I really do appreciate, your support and everybody's support who's watching this, podcast and watching this live and watching a replay too when it comes to with that. So it's just when it comes to with those things of just really being a healthier person, you know. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Mm-hmm. True, true, for sure. And I'm really happy for you too when it comes to how things are for you right now too, Karen. And I just really want to just say that too, because I know I haven't seen you for a really, really long time, and it's just always good to see you too when it comes to with that, and especially on other people's channels as well when it comes to in that degree, and especially to anyone who's watching this live and watching the replay. For people who I've had a game with when it comes to on PS5, or the people who I've collabed with since COVID, or the people who know me in person since I was middle school and high school, and people who've met me in certain places too a few years ago and all that. Much love to all you guys too, or you people who I've dated as well when it comes to with that, and people who I'm friends with, work with, those kind of things too. I could go in circles about that, and it's just yeah, it's just one of those things when it comes to with this podcast. And yeah, it's definitely for sure. That's true. This community is special, and especially where people who really just support each other in a really impactful way when it comes to it. That, like with you, Karen, and Debbie, and Ron, and Michelle, your sister, and other people too who just show up here too when it comes to on this channel as well, and especially like on YouTube and on social media as well. You guys are awesome people too, and I really do appreciate your guys' support. And it's amazing how we can really just support each other too when it comes to just not only giving advice but also making each other laugh, and just really being there for each other too when it comes to with that. If that makes sense to you and to anyone who's just listening. Hey, what's up, Ron? I was talking about you. Good to see you, man. How are you doing? Shout out to you, man. What's good, man? How are you doing? Ron, shout out to Ron, man. How are you doing? Hey, man. Just really connecting and chatting with you guys too when it comes to it, that. Just really catching up and see how you guys are doing. But I hope you're doing good too, and building up your channel and this and that. And just decided to do a podcast real quick just to connect with you guys too and all that. Oh, okay, Karen. I hope many blessings to your husband, and wishing him healing, wishing him well on his healing journey too when it comes to with that. So I'm glad that he's doing good, and many blessings to him as well. And it's always good to see you too, and including you, Ron, and everybody else who's watching this as well, podcast as well. And quite honestly, I might end things pretty soon too when it comes to with that, because I am feeling really, really sweaty. And not in the most grossest sense, but it's just really, really hot right now. And sometimes sitting on my chair for a long period of time, it's really driving me crazy. But I want to do something for you guys too when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with this podcast, and just really sharing some collective messages for you guys today too. And much love to you, Ron, and to Karen. You guys are amazing people. When it comes to with that, gotta check out your channel too, Ron, and see what you're up to as well. Just to remind myself to do that too. But I'm still a big supporter of you and you too, Karen, and to anyone else who's watching this live and watching the replay too when it comes to with that. So let me see if I can switch over to my other camera too when it comes to with that. Oh, hopefully it doesn't zoom in and out so much too when it comes to with my other camera. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Let's see. There you go. Does that? I'll probably go back to my other camera when it comes to that. So I'm going to share some messages for the collective when it comes to for the for this week too. August and September, or especially today too. Why not? So I don't know. It's for anyone who's watching this live. Rebel card. Oh, you want a rebel card, Ron? I could get those for you too. Hold on. Let me see if I could find that kind of deck too. Hold on. I'll do that just for you, Ron. So, since you brought that up, I'm gonna get my deck real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, Ron, I am back and I'm going to pull some rebel cards for you since you asked so nicely. Diaper orange. Bruh. Bruh.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Oh man, you cracked me up, man. I'm gonna pull a rebel card for you too when it comes to it that. So let's see, Ron. Let me pull a rebel card for you. Let's see. Okay, let's see that. Oh, okay. Let me see if I could. Let me see if I could switch the camera on. See if I could switch on that real quick and see if that could work. So, okay. I don't know if you could see this message, Ron, when it comes to with your rebel card, and it says some good shit's about to happen when it comes to with this message, and it says here too, don't don't let your issues fuck it up. So when it comes to with that, just really reminding yourself that some good shit's about to happen, and just don't fuck it up when it comes to with this rebel card. So if it resonates with you, you're more than welcome to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about it. If it doesn't, that's cool too when it comes to with your rebel card as well. When it comes to with this message for you, man. So yeah, just always remember that. Or when it comes to with this message. Oh shit, that's cool. That's cool. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So yeah, if anybody else wants a rebel card or a message too, when it comes to with that, you're more than welcome to ask me. When it comes to with this deck too that I'm using too, the rebel cards and all that. So forgive me for my camera too. Usually it doesn't zoom in and out like that. Sometimes it's more focused. But let me see if I can try to fix that. when it comes to with so let me see if I can fix that. Try to unfocus. And I'll try to do that. Will that work too? Yeah, that could work too. Why not? So yeah, of course, Karen. I got you. I got you. Of course. Definitely. Of course. I got you. So Karen. Karen. What I'm feeling with the energy? Oh, okay. Karen. Sit down. Ron. What are you doing, my man? My man, what are you doing?
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
My man. Karen, you got this message too. And it says they broke your heart when it comes to with anyone who's really hurt you recently too. When it comes to with this message. And if you could see that too, when it comes to with this message. Fuck. When it comes to with that. So just really just saying this too when it comes to with this podcast.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Especially to all the people who hurt you, and it's like you don't want that kind of energy around too. Like conceal with that. When it comes to with that, oh man, uh-oh. Uh-oh, Ron was right. He was on point when it comes to with this message too. Oh man, yeah. So it's kind of like when it comes to people who really just hurt you too. When it comes to with that, I'm sorry that your heart was broken too. And it's for anyone who's just like had like a broken heart from people who hurt you. If I did that towards you as well, for anyone who's watching this, I'm sorry. Well, I just really just learn from that as well and be better. And just like, when it comes to with that, if you feel like you just want to say that to like to repel the energy from them too, it's like, you know what? You broke my heart when it comes to with that. Fuck 'em.
Shut your bitch ass up!
So it's like just really remembering that too, Karen, when it comes to you with this message. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad it felt kind of good for you too when it comes to with that. And especially for anyone who's just watching this live and watching a replay too when it comes to with this podcast. So let me see if I could post some messages for the collective too when it comes to what I'm about to share. So let's see. I'll post some messages for the collective. Let's see before I wrap it up. Messages for the collective. Hmm. Ooh, interesting. Most interesting. Okay. Can't wear diapers. The fucking suck. Bruh. Oh. Yeah, I understand being a Pisces too. My moon sign is in Pisces, so when it comes to with that, I totally understand how you feel about that, Karen. And that's this guy is something else. Ron, you're something else, man. I'll tell you that. So let's see. Okay. Let's pull one more message for the collective and just really do that. So let's see. When it comes to this message, shuffle. Hmm. Okay, interesting. Okay, I got some three powerful messages for the collective I'm going to share too before I wrap up this podcast. And just like with any messages that really resonate with you, you're more than welcome to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about these messages as well when it comes to with this podcast. So, but the first message is all about seeking. So, when it comes to with the message of just really seeking, and whatever that you're really just looking for, when it comes to just with anything, literally and metaphorically, just really recognizing that it's just really looking for you as well when it comes to with who you are as a person, and especially in any kind of journey that you're on too when it comes to with this message, and just really knowing that when it comes to whatever that you're seeking is already looking for you too when it comes to with this message. Let's see if I could put this message right here. And just when it comes to with self-trust, when it comes to with this message too, and just by just like self-trusting and especially connecting with the divine feminine energies within ourselves too, when it comes to with self-trust, just really trusting your inner knowing when it comes to with your intuition, with your nervous system, what your body's telling you, what your energy is telling you, and just like doing that literally and metaphorically to really just self-trust, never doubting yourself, and always doing that when it comes to with your own divine feminine energy, when it comes to self-trust, when it comes to with this message. And just when it comes to with the next message is really all about sleep. So sleep is good when it comes to self-care, and just by just really doing that, using our masculine energy to really just to rest, to recover, to really just to get that proper rest and to really just recover too when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to just with our own divine masculine energy, when it comes to with just really getting the proper rest, and even just by just stepping away from stuff that feels really draining, and to really just to not only to rest but also to not sleep on anything too when it comes to anything that's important as well, when it comes to with this powerful message too, when it comes to with that. And let's see if I can do there, there we go. So but yeah, when it comes to with these messages, and especially for anyone who's watching this live and watching a replay too, when it comes to with these messages, if any of these messages resonate with you at any time, you're more than welcome to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about these messages too when it comes to with this podcast as well. And much love to all you guys too who are just popping in and saying hello. So Karen and Ron, and to anyone else too who's listening and watching this live and watching the replay too when it comes to with this podcast. Let me see if I could switch back to my camera. So there we go. When it comes to with that, I appreciate you guys for really just being here too when it comes to you know just hanging out with me too for almost an hour. So so mm, that's a fact, man. We gotta shine our light together, for sure, and especially when it comes to us connecting as a community, supporting each other on social media, in person, literally and metaphorically too. You're totally right about that, Ron. Shout out to you, man, and thank you for sharing that too when it comes to with that message. And also to just really taking care of yourselves, looking out for each other, practicing becoming a healthier and stronger and more reflective person, whether you're a man or a woman who's watching this podcast too, is really important as well. And especially if we can learn from our mistakes, if we can really just build healthier boundaries, we can take care of our bodies, we can take care of our minds, our spirit, this and that when it comes to our overall wellness, when it comes to personal growth and truly just forming those intimate connections with ourselves and with the people that we care about and with our environment as well when it comes to in general too. So thank you for watching. I'm about to wrap this podcast up. I'm going to see what my fur babies are up to because they're barking. I'm not sure what's going on. But I will definitely will be doing another podcast real soon too when it comes to it that. So good night, Ron and Karen, when it comes to and for anyone else too who's watching this podcast and just really watching this live and watching a replay too when it comes to with this podcast. And I want to be one to leave this, last message too when it comes to for anyone who's really just feeling down in the dumps and really wants to kind of have that inspiration for the day too. So here we go.
People don't like how you be yourself. Fuck them. Fuck them up against the wall. Wear handcuffs on and crazy through on their lips. That's all you do.
That's all you do. So yes, indeed. So good night, Karen, and good night, Ron. I hope you guys will take care of yourselves. And I'll definitely will be seeing you guys on social media too, and especially on YouTube real soon too. When it comes to that, I'll do my best to catch up with you guys too. When it comes to with everything that you guys are doing, when it comes to with that. So much love, love and light, all that good stuff too. When it comes to with that, take care. Much love, many blessings.